Hi, if you're a BA who has been struggling with production issues in their project, then this video is for you. In this video, we'll see how a business analyst can help their technical team resolve production issues much faster. We'll also see how you can use root cause analysis as an effective method to resolve production issues. But before we get started, subscribe to our channel so that you can receive many more such videos from me. Hi, I'm Sajna Vinil, and in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can use root cause analysis as an effective method to resolve production issues. So let's get started. So on my screen, I have a mind map in which I have jotted down all the points that we are going to discuss in this video. So for beginners, let me start by telling them what exactly is a production defect. So production defect is an incident or defect that occurs in the live environment. It means after the product has been rolled out to the customer. And that is the reason whenever production issues occur, there is a huge escalation in the project because there might be business users who are getting severely impacted. The work might be impacted or their business might be impacted. So that's what a production defect is. Now, why do they occur? Well, a production defect can occur for various reasons. It might be inadequate testing done by your testing team. Your testing team might have missed out some scenarios and it bombed in production. It might be some configuration changes in production. It might be your testing team has tested it in a different configuration, so they did not get the error, but the production had a slightly different configuration. It can also be a release or a deployment error by your technical team. Probably there were some files that got missed during deployment. It also can be inadequate training by the operations team, inadequate training given to the operations team. These are just few reasons, but the reasons can be much more than this. So this is the reason why issues occur in production. Now, what is the role of a BA in resolving production issues? Now, many of you might be feeling that fixing a production issue is completely a technical job, so leave it to the technical team. Why should we get involved in it? But that's not the case, guys. BAs also have a larger role in getting a production issue resolved as soon as possible. So what are the different things that you can do to help your technical team resolve the issue as soon as possible? So let's have a look at that. Number one, as a BA, I suggest you use your customer handling strategies first. That means whenever a production issue happens, your customer is really mad about it, right? So as a BA, what I suggest is, number one, use your customer handling strategies to calm down your customer. Because whenever a production issue happens, you'll see that the customer is really mad about it. He's very annoyed. Try to calm his nerves down by convincing him that your technical team is really on top of it and the issue will get resolved as soon as possible. Now, the next step for you is to work with your technical team to get it resolved as soon as possible. And how you're going to do that, I will come to this point later. Ensure that the issue is fixed not only on the surface level, but at the root level. This is very, very important, guys. And this is where we play a significant role as a business analyst. Tell me, guys, if you have been having recurring issues in production, tell me how many times have you seen that the same issue reoccurs in production and your technical team applies a quick fix? I have seen it in many projects that technical team does not do an in-depth analysis of the issue, and they just go ahead and apply a quick fix so that the customer is happy and the functionality is working as expected. But these kind of quick fixes really impact your application. So quick fixes don't work, guys. So if your project is seeing the same production issues reoccurring, then it is a signal to you that you need to do some in-depth analysis of this issue. The issue is getting fixed only at the surface level needs. Now, this brings us to the main topic of today's discussion, root cause analysis method. Now, this approach that I'm suggesting has to be applied to production issues which have very high severity level, okay, which might have impacted thousands of users. Small production issues, you don't need to go into such a detailed way of doing analysis. So if it's a small UI related issue, a small bug, you don't need to get into such in-depth analysis for those kind of issues. But like I said, if it's a large issue, high severity level, it's impacting thousands of users, their business is getting impacted, then it's high time that you do a root cause analysis of the issue and try to find a permanent solution to it. So how do we do this root cause analysis? Step number 1, understand the problem first. So this is the first step in root cause analysis. In order to understand the problem, you, as a BA, you can gather details of the issue from the ticket that's raised by the business users or the email that has been sent to you. Whatever format that's followed in your project, you will get all details of that particular problem from the issue ticket. Okay. Now, once you have understood the problem, you need to investigate further and gather some more ground level information. Okay. Gather more information. So this brings us to step number 2, gather more information. Here, what do you need to do as a BA? First, try to replicate the issue. Okay. While you are replicating the issue, try to figure out the nature of the issue. Nature of the issue in the sense whether it's a UI related issue, an API calling issue, a database issue. This you can do jointly with the help of your technical team. Number of users that are getting impacted, collect that data. Number of systems or modules that are getting impacted. Severity level of the issue, high severity issue, medium or low. So you have to give different levels. You can assign different levels to a particular issue. Identify dependencies, if any. So if your particular module is having an issue and that has been reported by the business users, there might be several dependent modules on this particular module, which the business users might not be aware of, but as a business analyst, you might be aware of these dependencies. So go ahead and quickly check whether those modules are up and running or have they also been impacted. Then identify some potential risks that might be involved, that might have arose due to this particular issue. Identify that. So these are some, this is some information that you can gather about the particular problem that you are investigating. Now, with this information in hand, you move to step number 3, which is having a discussion or an investigation with your tech team. So step number 3 is all about discussion, guys. Now, discussion you can do using various methods. We have this fishbone method as well as the 5 why technique. However, whenever we have a production issues, we don't have enough time in hand to draw a fishbone diagram and things like that. So I don't propose that. So have a discussion first with your technical team to come up with some of the probable causes of the issue. Okay. Based on the information that you have gathered, present that information on a whiteboard to your technical team and have a detailed discussion with them to identify some of the probable causes. Now, once that probable causes have been identified, you can then have a joint discussion with business and the technical team. Okay. Where you can tell them all the different probable causes that have been outlined by the tech team. This step, guys, is very, very important. Involving your business at the time of investigation will give you some beautiful insights, might give you some additional information about this issue, which you might not be knowing or which you might be overlooking. Okay. So many business analysts and many tech team make this mistake that, while they are investigating a particular issue, they go absolutely silent. And business is all hyper on the other side because they are not being updated. So don't do this mistake. Keep your business continuously updated about the progress of the issue and how your team is investigating it and by when a fix can be applied to it. So definitely have a joint discussion with business users with the about data points which I just showed you. In that discussion also, there will be some probable causes outlined by the business users. You can put the causes identified by the business users and the tech team and all of that together, and you can come up with one or two root causes to the problem. You'll be able to identify a root cause. Once that's done, you as a BA have to prepare a documentation which details out which presents all the details of the issue. Now, why is this important, guys? Now, why is it important, guys? Documentation for all major issues is very, very important because any time in the future it reoccurs or there is a similar kind of issue, and you might briefly remember that you had fixed it some months ago, but didn't know what exactly caused that particular issue. You can always go back to the document and refer. That's the importance of documentation. So I used to prepare a causal document for all high severity issues, which contained details of the issue, as well as preventive actions that will be taken by the team to avoid these kind of disruptions in the future. This document, guys, when you share it with the customer, and yes, this document has to be shared with the customer, shared with the business, because this document, when it goes out to the business, that it gives them more confidence. It gives them a confidence that these kind of issues will not happen in the future. And the team is making every possible effort to ensure these disruptions do not impact business. Okay, so that's the reason it is very important. Now, let me quickly show you a root cause analysis documentation. How many of you want to see the root cause analysis document? Type RCA in the comment box if you want to see the template. So on my screen is a root cause analysis document template that we have created for our business analysis hub. All the students who are a part of our coaching system have access to this root cause analysis document. So this document states, if you see the issue number or the ticket number, and starts off by giving a brief description of what the problem was. So the problem was reported by so-and-so. And here the nature of the problem is the payment system is continuously reporting a transaction failed or a payment failed error. Okay. And then we get on to a detailed report here. Okay. The detailed report further tells you what exactly is the description of the problem that came in the ticket. When did the event occur? So it says the first failure happened on so-and-so date, so-and-so time. All transactions after that generated the same error. What area or service was impacted? Customer bill payment area service was impacted. How many business users impacted? Approximately 10K. Then we go on to list what are the steps that are usually followed in the process, and was there any deviation from the original process? What kind of browser or device was used by the business users? Probable reasons for the failure, which was discussed by the tech team, and other investigating factors. Then we also put in an analysis done by the testing team. Yes, guys, do involve your testing team also in the analysis. They will give you some beautiful insights about things that might have gone wrong in production. So we put in some testing team observation and further analysis done by the tech team and the final root cause. Finally, summarizing the document by listing the action steps. Okay, this is the BA's comments, where we say, okay, going forward, these are the steps that we are going to follow in order to ensure that these kind of issues never reoccur in production. So here I have listed that. We'll see UAT has the exact same configuration as production so that this module can be retested. Regression testing will be performed in future using the same data that was used for fixing this issue. Transaction ID so and so whenever changes are rolled out to the payment modules. I have also listed that regression testing will be performed in the future for this particular scenario using the data of transaction ID so and so that we can ensure that the changes that are made have not resurfaced the issue, and you can add in your own steps. So looking at the data of this report, guys, I have been very satisfactorily able to convince my customer that the team has put in a significant amount of effort. Significant amount of effort has gone in fixing this issue, and we have left no stone unturned to ensure that these kind of issues never reoccur. Okay. So that's the level of confidence that we need to build in our customer. When there are high severity issues in production, customer loses trust in the team. Okay, we need to rebuild that trust by ensuring that there are certain best practices we will be putting forward, and going forward, this is how we will be releasing changes into production. So that's all in this video, guys. I hope this video was beneficial for you. Put in the comment box what was one of the key takeaways that you had from this video. And I'll see you next week with a new video. Thank you very much. Bye. Signing off.